Imagine this. You are all set for your IELTS test, and as the day approaches, a wave of anxiety hits you.
Oh, shit.
You can feel that panic building inside. Is it normal? Yes, it is. But the most important thing that we all need to learn is how to overcome this anxiety. And in today's video, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We will try to learn some practical and actionable techniques that will help you to overcome this anxiety. So are you ready? Let's go. Did you ever feel nervous just before your IELTS test? Even though you know that you're already prepared, you know you're going to ace the test, you know you have a good vocabulary, you know that you have learned all those grammar rules, but a wave of panic hits you just before the test and you start to feel nervous, you start to feel anxious. Is it normal? Yes, it is, and it happens to best of us. And if you already know me, I'm an internationally qualified and certified business and communication English coach. I have been teaching for over 10 plus years, and I have been teaching students globally. Let me tell you a secret, this even happened to me. I was doing IELTS research 3 to 4 years ago, and based on that research, obviously I created the course. But let me share this incident with you that happened. Even though I was confident, I remember the night before the test, I couldn't sleep. But I didn't realize that I was feeling nervous. I thought, okay, I'm gonna nail it. I know how to do it. My vocabulary is so sassy, you know, like I got this. That's what I knew. But just the night before the test, I was sleepless. I had no idea that my breathing started to increase. I started to panic. I remember the moment when I was going to the test center. I was in the taxi. I remember I was trying to act cool. I was sipping my coffee, eating that cookie, and telling myself I got this. But little did I know, my heartbeat started to race. And as I arrived the place, I realized, okay, now I have to accept that I'm panicking and I'm becoming a little nervous. So that's what I'm telling you. This happens to best of us. But today, what I can tell, after that research, I developed the strategies and techniques that have helped hundreds of students out there who entered the test room calm and confident. And in today's video, by the end, I can tell if you practice those techniques, you will enter the room calm and confident. So watch this video till end and don't miss even a single bit. And in case if you think you want to start your IELTS success journey with me, go ahead and get in touch. The link is in the description. Let's start with why anxiety happens. The first and foremost reason is the fear of failure. We as a human being, as we start to get old, we build fear of making mistakes, and that's what causes this panic. During practicing IELTS test, have you ever observed yourself checking the bands constantly? So the band pressure, because you know that you need at least 6.5 or band 7 for the university, and whenever you do that practice test, at the end you're constantly checking the band. Oh, did I get 6? Did I get 6.5? Oh, why is it 5.5? So basically all the time, subconsciously or consciously, you're constantly thinking about that band, and that band also causes the pressure. And if you are a performer, you might have performance anxiety as well, because you want to deliver your best. And if you're one of those who in a regular environment, you perform so good, but under presentation or under performance, it can build a performance complex, and that can also get on your nerves. Other than that, the sleepless night just before the test, the adrenaline that you feel. And for most of us, when we have to give the test, we have to travel to another city. So the traveling causes a little bit imbalance in our body, also affecting our eating patterns, and that can sadly cause anxiety. And all of this is very normal. It's biology. It happens. But you can train your body and mind to stay calm, and that's what we will be learning today. The biggest mistake a lot of people make, cramming. they would practice intensively a night before the test, and that something is non-advisable. So what you should do instead, go for light revision. Do short practices, but when you're doing the practice, do it for a short time and then stop. Don't do a detailed practice. That's going to create pressure in your head. If you want, you can review the key phrases. You can review the templates that you might have created for yourself, but just keep it very light. Remember, preparation creates peace. So go arrange your stationery, your passport, your documents. Check the route to your test center. Remember not to take caffeine a day before your test, and try to calm yourself down. You can maybe read, try do some stretching exercises, maybe listening to music, and do something that's going to make you feel more calm. And remember, try get a good sleep before your test. The morning of your test day, I want you to calm your mind and body down. So for that, you will start your morning with a mindful breathing. So in the mindful breathing exercise, what I want you to do is take a deep breath in, deep breathing out. I know most of you would do it in a hurry. No, this should be the first thing that you should do once you get up. Alright? Sit, calm yourself down. Breathing in, breathing out. Deep breathe in, deep breathe out. 4 times, relax. Again do it 4 times, relax. Again do it 4 times, relax. And again do it 4 times, relax. Try to take your heart rate down. That's the only agenda we have with this mindful breathing. So 4 times breathing in, breathing out. In one go, multiply 4 times. So do the same activity at least 4 times. That's going to take your heart rate down. After getting ready and everything, go for a light breakfast. It's a must. Go for a light breakfast, take some protein or carbs, and remember not to go for high sugar consumption in the morning, because that's going to cause a clash in energy, and that might affect your performance during the test. Next one is my favorite. Have a positive visualization. I'm not asking you to meditate, but just close your eyes, visualize yourself entering the test room with a hell lot of confidence and telling yourself, you got this. You got this. That's all. That's all you need to do. And if you believe in affirmations, then just tell yourself, again, close your eyes, I'm prepared. I am calm. I got this. I'm prepared. I'm calm. I got this. And I bet by the end of this whole morning routine activity, you should feel calm. If not, stick to the breathing exercise. That would definitely help. Now, as soon as you arrive at the test center, you're going to do this activity. We call this grounding technique. So what we do here is, I want you to name 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you feel, 2 things that you smell, and 1 thing that you taste. If you're actually understanding, what we are trying to do here is engaging all your 5 senses in the present moment. And that's something very important. We call this grounding technique, and make sure you learn to work on this. You have to practice these activities, otherwise it's not going to work on the test day. Have you ever seen military people? Do you think they are not nervous when they are on the borders? Have you ever seen how they stand? They stand tall, sharp, open their chest, and stand there strong. What happens? That builds or creates your confidence hormones. And that's what we're going to do in the test center. You will stand tall. Don't walk in a rush. Don't breathe too much. Just stand there still. Stand tall. Open your chest. And that will boost your confidence hormones. One thing I always do with my students, that I tell them, don't engage in talking with anybody. Nobody at the test center. So with my students, I have a ritual, because I know either somebody is going to come to you and start talking, and just before the test, only one thing happens. shit talk. They will talk all the negative things that they want to talk, and I don't want you to be the listener. So avoid talking to people at the test center. Instead, what I do with my students is, before they can enter the test room, I would always engage in a phone call with them. So I would have a call with them like for 5 to 10 minutes, pushing them to build their confidence and stuff. But remember, guys, like if you don't have me to call you, please don't engage with other people in the phone. Remember, if you're not my student or if you're on your own, just avoid talking to anybody and follow these techniques. It's gonna help you a lot. A lot. And one of the most important things that you have to constantly tell yourself that IELTS is not a test. I know it's difficult, it's gonna make you go crazy when I say this, but yes, please tell yourself IELTS is not a test. Because we all human beings, I would say 95% of human beings, they panic just because there is this word, test. So how do we avoid this? Just tell yourself, it's a conversation. It's just my regular life thing. Tell yourself it's just my daily life conversation. Okay? So you also have to pass on this affirmation to yourself. And again, just tell yourself, I am ready for this daily conversation stuff. Alright? Now let me give you some tips related to each and every section. Let's get to listening. So I would say 99% of the people panic when they're doing the listening test. And if they miss one answer, they freeze. Try not to do that, okay? If you lost one answer, just leave it right away. Don't get stuck with that. Move on. For reading section, please master your skimming and scanning. If you're not sure you're doing it on your own and if you're doing it wrong, please go and take professional help, alright? But please find the right professional who are experts. Don't run behind perfection. Just focus on your skimming and scanning. That's all you need. So for writing section, use 2 to 3 templates at least. During the test, get the template clear in your head. Use initial 2 to 3 minutes for this and then start writing. Don't go with the writing right away. That's gonna mess up your timing and make you feel more panic. For speaking test, please imagine your examiner as not your examiner, but more like an acquaintance. Somebody as your co-worker or somebody as your just friend, like not a close friend, otherwise you might engage yourself in a casual talk. So stick to the professional talking. Don't look at them like a devil. Don't be scared, because I want you to look at it as a normal conversation with a stranger that you met in a professional environment. That's it. Another thing I want you to remember is smile, breathe, and pause naturally wherever you feel like. Natural pauses are acceptable in the IELTS test, just so you know. That also means you don't have to hurry yourself or push yourself in a rush to answer all the questions. Nope. Keep calm, smile and breathe, and your problems will be solved. And your nervousness will be gone. Stress is natural and biological, but with right preparation, you control it, not the other way around. And if you found this video useful, share it with a friend preparing for IELTS. And join my IELTS Success course, only designed to achieve the band that you want. I work with my student at a very personalized level, and if you want to know more, join my IELTS Success course right now, because I got limited seats available. And yes, I am proud to say that all my students have got the band that they want, because I don't just help my students to ace the IELTS test, but I also train them how to stay calm and confident under pressure. And that's the secret of my students for getting the band that they want. We have both individual and group courses. So to know more about the courses, go ahead and get in touch with the link in the description and to get to know more about the course. So I'll see you in my class then. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.